Far to the north of India, the great Himalayas sweep down into vast plains known as the Indian Terai. Here, there are places so superbly wild and beautiful that the need was felt to preserve them in the form of a national park. Declared a tiger reserve in 1987 after persistent efforts by legendary conservationist Billy Arjun Singh, Dudhwa includes two other wildlife sanctuaries, Kishanpur to the southwest and Katanya Ghat to the east. The Terai is a huge canvas of woodlands, wetlands, grasslands and riverine habitats, a diverse terrain boasting an equally diverse collection of wildlife. The Dudhwa Tiger Reserve is a vestige of what the entire Terai region once was before human interference: wild, pristine, and teeming with life. Not only are these forests home to at least 47 species of mammals, but Dudhwa also hosts almost 450 different species of birds. Faced with the threat of extinction, India's best-known big cat owes its survival to protected forests like Dudhwa. In fact, parts of the Terai have some of the highest tiger densities in India. With an abundant variety of prey to choose from, including 5 different species of deer, these forests and grasslands make ideal tiger habitat. The tiger shares these grasslands with another of India's flagship species, the Indian one-horned rhinoceros. Hunted to extinction in the Terai, where it once proliferated, it took more than a century for the rhino to make a comeback. In 1984, in an ambitious rehabilitation program, rhinos from Assam were once again introduced into Dudhwa National Park to give the species a second chance in the region. Here, they are sheltered within large enclosures. To the southwest, as the lush grasslands gradually melt into marshland habitats, the tiger's territory extends into wetter regions. The Bara Singha, as the swamp deer is called, is in fact one of the major attractions at Dudhwa Tiger Reserve. Negotiating their survival in these swampy reed beds, they often gather in the center of a mound-like island, where their young may be safe from predators. In India, the swamp deer were once found in the thousands. But massacred over centuries, they almost disappeared from most former habitats, Kishanpur today is the only place in India that shelters such large herds of swamp deer. These wetlands of Kishanpur are also one of the richest avian habitats in the region, hosting an abundant variety of migratory and resident birds. To the east, the watery stretches of Katania Ghat Wildlife Sanctuary are home to river dolphins. The Girwa River is an important site for conservation, as it shelters another very special creature, the gharial. Katania Ghat is a good habitat for this endangered species, sometimes spotted in the hundreds during breeding season. Yet, are these little wonders, fresh from the Maker's hand, really safe in this seemingly peaceful haven? In the quiet midst of these wildernesses, it is easy to forget how vulnerable these creatures are, until the modern world heedlessly gashes through the heart of the jungle. Since the establishment of the park, the human population around it has increased manifold. Escalating populations result in escalating demands, leading to the threat of overexploitation of forest resources. Dudhwa's proximity to the international border makes it especially vulnerable to the illegal wildlife trade. Regardless of weather conditions, the Forest Department is committed to the safety of the forest, with monitoring and patrolling in the Tiger Reserve continuing even through the night. Training programs with frontline staff help them better tackle wildlife crime. Installation of fuel-efficient stoves and biogas plants not only reduces the dependence of local communities on forest resources, but also provides more time for women to take up alternative livelihoods to improve their quality of life. This can also reduce human-wildlife conflict that often takes place when villagers enter forests to collect resources. However, human-wildlife conflict also takes place outside the forest, where elephants raid farmlands and large carnivores take shelter in the sugarcane fields that often press up against the very edge of the forest. It is therefore essential to engage with the local communities to ensure that they also benefit from conservation and so garner their support. Supporting alternative livelihoods, providing low-cost energy sources, organizing education and awareness events regularly for the local communities are some efforts being made to ensure that communities also have a stake in the future of the biodiversity of this region. With the dedication of the Forest Department and with support from NGOs like WWF, such beautiful places can continue to exist. today's world, reserves like Dudhwa are our last islands of hope. They are symbols of what the world once was. Protecting them not only provides a refuge for a spectacular variety of animals, but also a refuge for ourselves. Far from the madding crowds of civilization, this vast and beautiful breathing space gives us a chance to celebrate the unique wilderness that is India.